going on, Jerome's? So we Minnesota Vikings fans are still absorbing the shockwaves of Kirk Jerome, Ezekiel Cousins popping his Achilles against the greasy grimy Green Bay Packers, and really sucks. Kirk was a major reason why the Vikings had won 3 games in a row, had won 4 of their last 5, and gotten back to 4-4, and still firmly in the NFC playoff race. And as the trade deadline is on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Central Time, the only time zone that matters, there's all options are on the table. Like the Vikings could sign a free agent quarterback. The Vikings could trade for a quarterback. Jaren Hall ideally is going to be the second coming, and him taking over as starter and becoming the future franchise quarterback of the Vikings. That's 1-1. 5th round pick from BYU, the Mormon missile. Woo, getting things done, right? But all options, like we said, are on the table, and Kwesi is going to be wheeling and dealing. Kwesi's probably not getting any sleep, and also, hey, do you remember when we used to have to pay per text? Or maybe I'm just old. I don't know. Doesn't matter. But all options need to be considered, and Jameis Winston is one of those options. Right? So he fits. He checks a lot of the boxes of what Kwesi likes. Former number 1 overall pick, and the whole "Mama, I can change him" motif that Kwesi absolutely loves with some of these players. And I mean, it's not the worst idea in the world. Again, I would prefer if Jaren Hall is that dude, but Jameis, at least it will be entertaining. That's what we'll go with. Of course, will the Vikings go ahead and eat a W? Also, Jameis in recent years has been really more viral over his unorthodox workouts. We'll go with that. But pros and cons about Jameis. So, pro, he started 80 games in the NFL. Con, he's only won 34 of them. But when he did spot start from 2021 to 2022 with the Saints, he did go 6-4. So he's got that going on for him. He can sling it. 5,109 yards passing in 2019, which is just absolutely bat bleep insane. That was those with Bruce Arians, no risk it, no biscuit. And Jameis ultimately did lose his job because, I mean, the Buccaneers brought in Tom Brady. No big deal. He's been a backup in New Orleans ever since. And, I mean, stage is not too big. He won a natty with Florida State and all that stuff. So he's not going to shy away from the moment. Quirky leadership, teammates seem to gravitate towards. So, I don't think that he would be an issue entering the Vikings locker room. Cons, so he's careless with the football. Jameis Winston probably throws some of the more hilarious interceptions you'll ever seen. Like, he does not give a fudge. Like, he's got 97 career interceptions, and most of them are on him. Vikings fans who always complain about Kirk Cousins chucking down all the time, Jameis won't have that problem. He's like, whatever, man. Accuracy is hit or miss. So on top of him being careless with the football, he's not necessarily a timing and accuracy guy. He's more of a see it and throw it guy. Not really a scheme fit. More of a vertical Air Coryell 9-9-9 type offense versus O'Connell's West Coast. Draft capital having to give up because So we've said this last couple of days where after seeing Kirk Cousins go down, teams aren't going to give up their backup quarterbacks very easily. They're not going to do that. They see the value of having a solid QB too. And with the Saints, Derek Carr may be on his last legs because Derek Carr is complete garbaggio, and frankly, they would have a better shot if Jameis was starting. Also, you have to factor in the Vikings play the Saints in a week on November 12th. So the upcharge for Jameis, in a vacuum, his trade value would be what? Like a 2025 late round draft pick swap. But the fact that the Saints probably want to hang on to Jameis as they may have to start him. Saints are still in the playoff chase as well, and the Vikings do play them in a week, and Jameis would spill his guts over what's going on with the Saints offense and defense. That would have to be factored in. And lastly, he's not the quarterback of the future. Like, Jameis is only 29, yes, former number 1 overall pick, but he's not going to be the guy that you're going to build the franchise around. So I think that bringing in Jameis would be a short-term solution, and I don't even know if it's a better solution than just letting Jaren Hall go out there and sling it. Because with Hall, at least you have the upside, and Hall, he's the guy that the scouting department looked into, and Kevin O'Connell and Kwesi and Wes Phillips signed off on. And again, Jameis, I don't know, man. But anyways, all options are on the table, like we said. Kwesi, I'm sure, is working the phones, and we'll just go from there. All right. Your thoughts are thoughts. Jameis Winston, Vikings? Question mark. Pros and cons. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.